the Irish Times have a Music in the Classroom series, and they bus in kids from all over the country, and they fill the concert hall 6 times. So they asked us to play with them, you know, and I think at that time it was the first time a school band played with the orchestra. But we had it organised such that, if you know the concert hall, the balcony is up there, and all the kids were up there. And the conductor started up the orchestra and said, now we're going to play Fire, let's say. And the orchestra started up, and there was a shout from the balcony, hey mister, we know how to play that. And he cuts the orchestra, you see. And who said that? And this kid from Ballymun looks over and I said, and who are you? I'm Johnny Mackin. Where are you from? Ballymun. And have you, what do you mean? Oh, well, we know how to play that, you know. And have you got your instruments? Yeah, well, come on down. And they all came down. So they slotted in, as you can see, the trumpets with the trumpets and violins, and then they all played together. It was just a great event. We had all the parents in there as well. So it was a lovely piece. This is the premiere of Fire, I think. If I can get it going. No. This is just a parent afterwards, you know.
Which is what government have a problem with when they have absentees. So it's helping in a reduction with the absentees. It's also bringing out one parent said to me upstairs, she never knew there was so much talent in Ballymun. And I'm sure there's a lot more out there, just so long as it's kept.
Not to worry. Okay, so that's just the Ballymun and using music as the vehicle. The access service is it's a positive discrimination program. I don't know whether you all know about the access service. Yeah? Or should I go through it a little bit? Yeah? Are you? Okay. Well, okay, let me go through it. The access service, it's a positive discrimination program. I'll just talk about DIT for the moment. But as I said, we're linked in with all 7 universities and DIT in a common access system at the moment, which I'll talk about later if you want to. But by and large, it's a positive discrimination program for disadvantaged young people to come to college without having the necessary points. And it's based on the premise that young people from disadvantaged backgrounds may not be able to compete with their advantaged peers because of lack of resources and all the stuff we talked about earlier. So that's the bottom line on it. What we do is, in this system where we have 7 universities and DIT, all of the disadvantaged schools in Ireland are linked up with one of those organisations. So we would have maybe 40 or 50 schools in Dublin, up along the east coast and across the border, somewhat Cavan, Monaghan, and we're linked into those schools. And some of our staff then go out and encourage the kids with the teachers in the schools to go to college. The kids then the young people apply to DIT through this system, and they get a place in DIT. When they come in, they get an induction course, which is early September, before the major kind of induction course for all students. So they get a separate kind of induction course for a week. And then they filter into DIT anonymously, and they go to the other general induction course or whatever. When they come in, we give them a financial top-up. We give them personal support. We have people working in every faculty that get to know them. And this is our own staff. And they work with the kids, and we have a buddy mentoring system in place as well, that they're linked up with their own peers. No problem. See you again. Thanks for that. We bring in academic support, so we buy in the grinds or whatever is necessary. Currently, we have 350 kids in DIT, and we've a policy now in DIT as of last year where 5% of our intake is through this route. So we'll have 150 kids a year coming in, and next year that should go up to, next year, the year after, 450. We'll plateau at about 450, given that kids come in and they spend about 3 years in DIT on average. There's, as I said, very close monitoring of students, kind of a mother-hen attitude, if you like, in terms of we have a project officer in every faculty. And they get to know their students and they get to know their mentors, and they have a part in mentoring, or they might refer them if they need to be, and the other services are built in. Currently, we have about over 80% transfer first to second year, and over 70% completion rates. And by the way, we had our first PhD student graduated last November. He got a PhD in physics. He's from the inner city. So he's the first. There's others in the stream, no more than in Galway. And this is one of our students talking about the access service at Sunstead. So he's just talking about the service, or what it means to him, I think. This is final year. It's just they're all bits of things that we've put together in the past. Some of the programs that we mentioned earlier, like we've pre-entry programs, and we have kind of post-entry. The pre-entry is to encourage kids to apply and get in to not only DIT but all the other universities. So we go out and we sell third level. We don't sell DIT, and similarly with the other universities. The post-entry is about all the support that's necessary to keep them in and make their journey enjoyable. But as part of the pre-entry, way back 10 years ago, we had no money, and we started doing small things that didn't cost any money, but are as effective as the bigger things that cost a lot of money. And one of these things was the supervised study program. It's a terrible name. We're changing it. We don't know what to change it to, but it's essentially bringing kids from local disadvantaged schools into DIT. They're mentored by DIT students who take them through their studies and all that goes with that for the year. So they come into DIT for 1 to 2 hours a week right through the school year. So it's about that, and it's very, very powerful, I have to say. Walking and talking and getting to know the students and the staff and going to the coffee and all the rest of it develops that familiarity, and we've other things built into it as well. The educational awareness program is a nice little program. Again, it doesn't cost any money, and this is just where DIT students in groups of 2 or 3 go out into local schools